We've got strength and cardio today for women of a certain age. Grab your dumbbells and let's go. Hey Killer Bees, let's get moving and grooving. Go ahead and have your dumbbells completely out of the way and let's get started with the warm-up, which is some arm circles and high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B, your best middle-aged fitness friend, and around here we are all about making peace with your menopausal body. And speaking of our menopausal body, you guys, today I had to think so hard about how I was introducing this workout. It is a strength and cardio workout. Now, ordinarily, that shouldn't have given me super trouble because it's only 2 words. But ordinarily, my natural inclination is to call this a cardio and strength workout because I am a cardio girl. If you are new here, you might not know that, but I mean, stick around, click that subscribe button, hang out with us. You will learn that I love me some cardio. But today, because this is a workout for women of a certain age, we are really placing some emphasis on strength. And you might be wondering why, because I know lots of us are wondering why. Why do we have to emphasize strength? My friends, let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. Because at our age, my friends, strength is actually the answer to so many of the questions we have. So many of the questions you didn't even know you had about health and fitness at our age can be answered with a pair of dumbbells. Now today I am emphasizing the strength, but I am taking today at a really moderate pace, moderate dumbbells. I'm not trying to lift anything super duper heavy. And I will tell you more about that, but right now what I'd like you to do is, if you don't know what moderate feels like, aim for something lighter than you think. If today is your first time going moderate. You guys, I like to do moderate workouts, but I also like to do push workouts, and it really depends on what your goal is and what you want to get out of the day. Make sure that you open up the description box and download my 5-page information resource that explains all about how to fit pushing and moderation into any kind of a workout routine to get any kind of result that you're looking for. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. Right now, currently, the result that I'm looking for is to not be overwhelmed. And that's why today is a moderate day for me. At our age, we can absolutely still push hard. We can lift heavy, we can run far, we can go fast, we can get our heart rate up, we can do anything. However, it's the recovery period that seems to be taking a little bit longer than it used to. It's the risk of injuries that seem to crop up a little more often than they used to. This is why moderation is our new best friend. We can get all kinds of results. We can get stronger, we can prevent falls, we can make our bones stronger, our heart stronger, our health better without pushing too hard. Now here's the thing, we are going today here in just a couple of seconds with the timer because I don't want to have to count. So I've got my handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 30 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. And we are starting with strength, so we're starting with the dumbbells in our hands. You really want to make sure that your joints are feeling nice and warmed up. You've worked yourself through your full range of motion before we start picking up heavy things. Even if they're only moderately heavy things, still got to be careful with that. But just because the timer is going does not mean we're going fast. Strength is slow moving with a careful emphasis on form. Let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells and we are going to get started with some side kick press ups, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to press up with one hand while kicking out to the side across your body. Now, the reason I started off with this one, hands are going to start here at your shoulders, and then one hand presses up while the opposite leg kicks out. I wanted to show you this one really specifically. I do have a little bit of squatting and a little bit of lunging today. We don't have any jumping. We don't have any transitions to the ground. We don't have anything untoward, but we do have some squatting. And just in case squatting or lunging doesn't work for you, I wanted to show you this side kick first, because you can do that for any squat or any lunge. Coming up next, we're going to do a bent over fly with a triceps kickback. So we're going to have our feet about hip width apart, and we're going to fly those dumbbells out while we are bent over slightly, and then press your arms back towards your hips to get your triceps. So fly out to the side, and then press back towards your hips. We are getting the entire rear chain in your back going on here. This slightly bent over position means that you are also holding in your core nice and tight, keeping your back nice and straight, and also kind of a little bit of bonus booty work there. Coming up next, we're doing triangles. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to start with our weights right here in the middle. One hand is going to go up, and we're going to bend down to the side. Now with triangles, this is much more about pushing that hip out. And then here we go on the other side. And really using your hip complex, your glutes, your hamstrings, all of those muscles right there in your middle, as well as your abs and obliques, of course. Your core is pulled in nice and tight. Oh my gosh. But it's not just abs that are working. We are letting our hips do some of this work for us. 10 seconds of rest, and then coming up next, we're doing a reverse lunge with a high knee punch out. So we're going to come back into a reverse lunge. As we come up into a high knee, we're going to punch out with our opposite hand, and then we'll switch sides, reverse lunge, and punch out. Really thinking about good form, like we always are, pulling in your core, not moving fast. We're not trying to get a ton of this done. And this is kind of the theme of the day when we are doing a moderate workout. There is no minimum standard for what is enough. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're going to do peekaboo high knees. Okay. We're going to have our hands a little bit over our shoulders. Elbows pointed forward to start. We're going to open those elbows wide while bringing out one high knee, and then close them back up, and then open them out wide, bringing up that other high knee. Oh my goodness, your core is pulled in tight. There is no resting position for your upper body. I know it's a moderate workout, and this is why I told you to go on the light side of moderate. I knew this particular exercise was coming up for us. You guys, you can drop weights if you need to, because there's no reason to be a hero today. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're doing curtsy curls. It's another lunging motion. Again, feel free to kick instead. Elbows are locked into your waist. We're coming down into a curtsy while we curl those dumbbells up. You guys, no matter how heavy or how light your weights are, I promise you that you are working today. This idea of moderation might be kind of new to you. If you are new to the Paula B Fitness channel, we talk about moderation all the time. It is your best friend, truly, at this stage in life. 10 seconds of rest, and then coming up next, we're doing step back twisting punches. So hands are going to be right here about chest level. We're going to step back, and while you're stepping back, we're twisting away from it and punching out to the side. This requires coordination and core strength. You're only twisting as far as you can get to, and then that punching on top of it really throws you off balance too. This is not a full lunge. It's just a step back, because that throws you off balance. That's actually what we're working on here. I know you feel it in your upper body, as do I, but it's much more about balance. 10 seconds of rest, you guys. Okay, coming up next. This is the trickiest of the strength exercises. We're doing Drinky birds. It's a single leg deadlift. So your core is pulled in tight. You're going to squeeze that glute to bring one leg back up behind you, and then stand it back up with your back perfectly straight. We're switching sides, going back and forth. Arms are just relaxed. This, again, as you noticed, is all about balance. You guys, I will tell you, this is the end of our strength portion of this circuit. When it beeps again, we're going to get that 10 seconds of rest, and we're going to put our dumbbells down and do a little cardio. This is the part I've been looking forward to. We're getting started with forward hinge arm flappers. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to flap our arms like they're doing jumping jacks, but we're forward hinging by pushing our hips back behind us. Now, we have switched gears. This is cardio, which means that now we get to move fast. And I actually really had to think about that, because I was still kind of in strength mode. This kind of mixing things up workout is super good for your brain and your body. We're doing a little bit of everything today. Lots of toning, lots of good heart health work, and lots of thinking as well. 10 seconds of rest right now, and then coming up next, we're doing rainbow kicks. Hands are going to go back and forth over your head like a rainbow while we kick out one leg at a time. Whee! That nice big kicking motion, again, a perfect substitution for any time we do squats or lunges. Anytime we are coming down by bending our knees, you are welcome to stay up and kick in any direction that feels good to you, because that is working the same kinds of muscles in a slightly different way, but a way that is still very, very good for you. When it beeps again, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest. Okay, feeling the cardio now. And then coming up next, we're going to do windmill tap backs. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Hands are going to be up nice and high, reaching your opposite hand down towards your opposite, whatever you can reach. For me, I like to, aim for my toes. I used to always say reaching for your toes, but I can't touch my toes when I'm doing this. If you could touch your knee, your thigh, your shin, wherever you can reach, this is, you still want to be using good form. Core is pulled in tight, but this is cardio. Move quickly with good form, because we are getting our heart rate up by having our hands up overhead, and moving quickly. 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're doing wide open side kicks. So hands are going to be opening and closing right in front of your chest, nice and wide, while kicking one leg at a time. Didn't mean to clap quite so loudly there. One leg is kicking at a time. Although, you could really clap for yourself because you're doing such a great job. It's nice to have, a little appreciation for a good workout. Am I right? When it beeps again, we'll get 10 seconds of rest. Excellent job. Core is pulled in tight, moving as quickly as feels good. My moderate might be too fast to you. My moderate might be too slow for you. Here's 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're doing squat jacks. Feel free to substitute any kind of kicking if you'd like to. I'm going to be squatting, and my hands are going to be doing jumping jacks. So hands are down, hips are down, hands are up, hips are up. Hands are just flapping like they're doing a jumping jack. And your lower body is doing squat, or if you prefer, your lower body is doing some kicking. My friends, no matter how you are moderating or modifying, this workout is giving you everything that we need for the day. When it beeps again, we're going to get 10 seconds of rest before moving on to our final cardio exercise. I know, this actually went pretty quickly, as it sometimes does. We're doing high hand oblique crunches. I've noticed though that the 30 seconds feels longer for cardio than it did for strength. Hands up overhead. We're bringing our opposite elbow towards our opposite knee, meeting in the middle there. Doggies. Having your hands up overhead is what's bringing your heart rate up. So no worries about jumping, my friends. Even if today is a push day for you, you could be moving faster. You still don't have to have any impact. Impact only refers to jumping. There's plenty of intensity to be had from all of these exercises today. When it beeps, there it is, 10 seconds of rest. We're grabbing our dumbbells again because we're coming back to the strength portion. So now we have to think. We're going slowly again. We're starting again with that side kick press up. So side kick on one side, pressing up with the opposite hand. Oh, that balance work got significantly tougher now that our heart rate is up. This is the real challenge of going back and forth between cardio and strength. It's a challenge for your mind. It's also a good challenge for your core. Pull that core in. And think about where your body is in space and time. And 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're doing that bent over fly with the triceps press backs. So we're going to come in the feet about hip width apart. You're bending over slightly. Your back is nice and straight. We're flying out to the side, and then we're pressing our arms straight back towards your hips. If you can get them, a little bit above your hips, wherever you feel the work in your triceps. It doesn't have to be that high. Again, when you feel the work, you're doing the work. It might not look exactly the way I'm doing the work. And that's another important point about modifying. Your exercise doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Here's 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next is triangles. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. One hand going up overhead while we bend the other one and run that hand all the way down your leg to wherever it can get to. Your hips and glutes and hamstrings joining in the work here. I'm actually really feeling this one in my inner and outer thigh as well. Totally doesn't matter where you feel this work, as long as it's not your lower back. Making sure that your core is pulled in super, super tight for this one, just like always. We're always thinking about good form when we are working on any kind of exercise. Strength work especially, just because we have something heavy in our hands. 10 seconds of rest. And coming up next, we're doing that reverse lunge with the high knee punch outs. So hands are right here in the middle. We're going to reverse lunge as we come up to a high knee. We're punching out with the opposite hand. Working across your body like this works your balance just that little bit more. Again, it's that brain-body connection. This one is all about coordination, thinking about where you are in space and time, moving your body in a way that doesn't feel entirely normal or natural if you're me. Coordination is not my strong suit. It's something I am always practicing. 10 seconds of rest, and then coming up next is those peekaboo high knees. You guys, I think I started on a thought a little while ago. Here we go with those peekaboo high knees about no matter how heavy or light your dumbbells are, no matter how much you are modifying or moderating, today's workout is still really good for you. Anytime we are moving at all, we are getting some benefit from it. And I know that for years and years and years, we have heard that you have to push hard, you have to lift heavy, you have to go fast, you have to sweat a lot, you have to burn a lot of calories, you have to do the most that you can from every single workout. And I want you to know, 10 seconds of rest, it's just not true. It's not true at all. Coming up next, we're doing curtsy curls. Every time you do any kind of work, we're curtsying down while curling up. Your body appreciates every bit of effort. And what it really, really appreciates at our age is the ability to recover from that effort. The harder we push, the longer we have to recover, which means the less overall we can do. If you have one push day a week, that's awesome. But make sure that you're recovering afterwards before you're working out at like a workout pace again. Here's 10 seconds of rest, and then coming up next is those real coordination challenge, those step back twisting punches. Hands right here at your chest. We're going to step back while we twist and punch. Whew, doggies. And then we fall over while we're trying to stand back up. Step back, twist and punch. When you allow your body to get a moderate amount of work, not too much, not too little. I mean, today's definitely work. You are going to be able to recover from it so much faster, which means that over the course of the week or the month, 10 seconds of rest, you'll actually be able to do more. Isn't that amazing? Coming up next, we are doing those Drinky birds for the second and final time. Only 2 rounds today. I don't think I mentioned that. Only 2 rounds today. The thing that you want to think about on Drinky birds, is keeping your core pulled in tight and not bending over, but rather pulling your leg up so far that your torso just naturally follows. When you think about this motion being driven by your leg rather than your body, your upper body, you might not go over as far, and that's totally okay. You'll actually be doing better work. You'll be driving the work from your glutes rather than from your back. Awesome job. Go ahead and put those dumbbells down, down, down. My friends, coming up next, we're doing forward hinge arm flappers. We're back to cardio, which means I have to think cardio thoughts. I have to think quick thoughts rather than slow thoughts. We're still pulling in our core, absolutely. These forward hinge arm flappers, moving very quickly, but it is essentially a deadlift. So you're pushing back with your hips. Hands are doing jumping jacks. But once you're pushing back with your hips, you want to make sure that your core is pulled in tight so that your back is straight, so that the motion, again, just like those Drinky birds, is coming from your butt. When in doubt, honestly, almost any exercise that you can think of except something completely and utterly upper body. When When in doubt, ask your butt to do the work. It's the biggest muscle in your body. 10 seconds of rest right now, and then we're doing rainbow kicks. Hands going over the top of us like a rainbow, big kick out to the side. This is our final little section of work, so we can enjoy this now. We have nothing else hanging over our head. We've done a good job with our strength. We've gotten it out of the way, us cardio bunny girls. I know my strength girls are like, oh, we're finishing with cardio. But here I am like, yeah, we're finishing with cardio. When it beeps, we'll get 10 seconds of rest. Oh, you're doing such a good job. Coming up next is windmill tap backs. Hands are wide, feet are wide. We're reaching our opposite hand down towards our opposite, whatever you can reach. The point of this one is moving quickly, getting that heart rate up, getting that lovely cardio endorphin feeling. I'm already feeling it. I don't know about you. That's why I've got the big smile on my face. I love me some cardio endorphins. But this is also a little bit about maybe flexibility, however far you can reach down. It's not necessarily about strength or speed. Some of it really is the looseness of your hamstrings. Mine aren't all that loose, so that's where I can reach maybe my shins. You guys, 10 seconds of rest coming up next. We're doing those wide open side kicks. So hands right in front of you at chest level. We're opening up wide. Whoopsies, I've been kicking to the side. I was trying to kick forward. I don't know what that was all about, but this feels much more natural to have everything moving laterally. Really feeling that work in my inner and outer thighs, even for cardio. We are always toning our muscles when we're moving our muscles. Core is pulled in tight. We're moving as quickly as feels good for a moderate effort. Excellent job, you guys. Really feeling that stretch in my shoulders on this one too. It feels so nice. Coming up next, we're doing squat jacks, or if you prefer, you can be doing kick jacks. Like I said on round one, anytime you don't want to be doing squats, help yourself to something else. When your hands are down, your hips are down. When your hands are up, your hips are up. Squatting and doing a non-jumping jumping jack. Because my friends, we do not have to jump to get a very sweaty workout. Have you noticed? Even with today's moderate weights and moderate pace, I got nice and sweaty. That's what I'm telling you about a workout. It does not matter how you are moderating. It's still work. 10 seconds of rest coming up next. We're doing high hand oblique crunches. This is our final cardio exercise of the day. Hands up overhead, opposite hand to opposite knee. Moving quickly, feeling that heart rate coming up and staying up at this point. When we've got our hands up overhead, that is the fastest way to raise your heart rate. If this feels a little bit too much for you at this late date, bring your hands down a little bit lower. When your hands are lower, your heart rate is lower. You guys, when it beeps, we are done. We're not quite finished. We've got 30 seconds, or no, not 30 seconds of rest. We got 10 seconds of rest. I'm going to add the challenge of grabbing my dumbbells again. You don't have to. I've got a final balance challenge for us here of front kick and back kick, which is just what it sounds like. Front kick and back kick. The dumbbells, honestly, are just making it hard for me to fling my hands out to the side to catch myself. This is all balance all the time. Now this is 30 seconds on this one foot. When it beeps, we are not getting 10 seconds of rest. We're going to take 10 seconds to hold whichever position we're in, either a front kick or a back kick. It will be at the whim of the timer which one you're doing. I was not hoping for a front hold. I was honestly, truly waiting for a back kick because that is easier for me. When it beeps again, we're switching sides. Front kick and back kick. I think the timer knew that I wanted a back kick hold because a back kick hold is easier for me. The rear kick here, driven much more by glutes. This front kick, driven much more by your quadriceps, your thighs. A front kick is super, super good for your knees because you're engaging all those quadriceps muscles. And I tend to be glute dominant versus quad dominant. When it beeps again, darn it, doing a front hold on this one too. I just can't get a break today from this timer, but I tell you what, the next time it beeps is the very last time it's going to. That was it. Oh my gosh, go ahead and put those dumbbells completely down. I'm going to put them over here in my stand. You guys, if I haven't mentioned it yet, which I don't think I have, let's go ahead and do some arm circles to kind of cool this down. This stand that I have over here from Amazon, I absolutely love it. It's very convenient. It lives in my living room as a piece of furniture, and I've always got the right amount of weight for whatever kind of a day I'm having. A very light day, a moderate day, or even a push day. In the description box below, anything, honestly, anything that I'm wearing, anything that I'm using, anything that is purchasable on Amazon, because so many things are, there's always a link for you in the description box. I know that those of you who watch on TV, you tell me all the time, I don't know how to get to the description box. You need to be on your phone or on a desktop. The TV version just doesn't have the links the way that everything else does. Let's go ahead and do some arm openers. Oh, open up that chest. And then some arm crossers, a big, big hug and a pat on your back, because what a good job you did today. Open it up, that nice big breath. Oh my gosh, you guys. Now here's the thing, if today was a push day for you, I've got a little something else. I mean, you don't need to. Today was plenty of a push all by itself, if you want to call that a push. If not, I do have something here on screen for you, another little cardio and strength workout that you can tack on to the end for a little something more. If today was a moderate day, I actually strongly suggest that you leave it at this. It's always up to you, but there's my opinion. I do have an extended cool down for you though, if you would like to stretch a little bit longer. On the bottom of the screen, there's the letter P. That's an invitation to go over to Patreon, where a monthly pledge from you helps me make free workouts for all of us, and thank you so much for that. And on the other side of the screen, that's a picture of me, and that's a subscribe button. Make sure that you click that and the bell notification so that YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new workout. You did such a great job today. Thank you for sweating with me. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.